welcome back to the channel, fool. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for videos like this.
Please not the still water video.
Thanks for the idea.
Huh?
Thanks for the idea. Oh.
Dude, I want to bring my waiters next time. We'll go from there. Hell no. What's the point?
Boba time. Praying for Santorini people.
6G's actually been out for a while.
Really?
Yeah. They can measure EEG waves, like phones can measure EEG waves. And that basically can borderline read your thoughts.
Holy
and there's
crap.
a reason why you can get an ad for something and like you were thinking about it. 5G couldn't penetrate deep enough into the cell. And that's why, so what would happen is when all these towers were put up, you'd see kids that were, they would get burns underneath their skin. It's because the graphene cooks them from the inside out.
Jeez.
And this is what I've been explaining to people is your body's a liquid crystal, and a crystal is basically an antenna. So you have hundreds of thousands of millions of crystals in your body, and that's how your body communicates with itself. So how do they shut these things down? Heavy metals. You eat things that are improper, disrupts the communication between the body. You get into a state of consumption. Your autonomic functions shut down. It's so simple, but they overcomplicate it. And then you're talking to some doctor, you have a cancer disease, and there's a bunch of doctors in the room. They're saying stuff that's going over your head. Next, you know, you're signing a document to get surgery. It's all money.
Your body is filled with crystals.
She was a young Philadelphia woman, first grade teacher, found dead on the kitchen floor of the apartment she shared with her then fiance, named Sam Goldberg. Ellen was stabbed to death 20 separate times, 20 separate wounds, half of them to her chest and stomach, the other half to the back of her head and neck. So Dr. Marlon Osborne, the medical examiner at the time, was supposed to face this lawsuit today and changed his story yet again back to, well, I guess not back to anything. It was homicide, then it was suicide. Now it's something other than suicide. Where are we at with this?
This is hopefully the beginning of a new investigation to figure out who killed Ellen Greenberg. For the first time in 14 years, like you said, the medical examiner, Dr. Osborne, is admitting that this was not a suicide. And when he did that, it then forced the city of Philadelphia today to settle with the Greenberg family. They got money. It's confidential right now, but even bigger than the money, they now have the city of Philadelphia saying, we are going to reopen the investigation within our medical examiner's office to take another look at what actually caused Ellen's death.
And something was sketchy from the get-go.
Just make sure of one thing. You must receive an energy exchange. Otherwise, there will be consequences for both of you.
Consequences?
Yes. For a person who gives and not receives an exchange, once you lose your energy, you can get sick and motivated back to low frequency struggles. But for a person who receives and not pays, now you own a debt. Not a very nice contribution to a karma, is it? But having the debt is not the worst thing. You now established a dependency, a binding, through which you will be losing your energy constantly until the debt is paid. That's not a myth or a story created by people. That's just how Mother Nature and the law of balance of the universe works.
Life is a balance.
Buy something.
No, I'm not going to pay for a sniff of a candle, dude.
Listen, what business do I run?
I don't know what.
Tell me, what am I selling? What am I selling?
You're selling candles.
Yeah, not ice cream, buddy. Not ice cream. I sell, then you smell. Okay? That's how it works.
Charging me for a smell? That's insane.
Listen, okay? I'm gonna have to report you.
What do you mean? To who? One candle is $70 and there's nothing in it. That's insane.
Listen, it's coated with essential oils. You know how expensive it is?
It's not there's nothing
to
in
get
there.
leopard musk?
There's nothing
It's insane, okay? Snow leopard. Snow leopard. Have you met a snow leopard? No. You go to the zoo, you can't even find it in the cage.
That has to be a joke.
shit? It's coming from Con Edison over there. Is the plant blowing up? It's like daylight and it's 9 o'clock at
Okay, so I had to get out my car. What in the world is going on? What is that? You see that?
Oh my gosh, what is that?
Oh, Trump. Elon. TikTok. It's 26, Sunday night.
No, don't you worry. They're gonna explain it.
Your car ain't going nowhere, dude. You're buried. You're stuck on the track. Alright, so how do we get off the track? I need you guys out of the car because there is a train coming right now.
What the?
Man, let me pull up.
You
can't move.
you're not going to be able to move it. Just get out of the car.
Alright, get out of the car.
Okay.
Get out of the car.
Okay.
I gotta order you guys out. Get out of the car. Both of you guys. Come on. Safety first. Safety first, man. I mean, I feel like we got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 of us guys. We can push this. My concern is us. Okay?
Yeah, but
I mean, the concern is this $300,000 vehicle.
Do me a favor, keep your hands out of your pockets,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. Keep your hands out of your pockets.
There's nothing in my pocket. Bro, I'm Marcus Jordan. I'm Michael Jordan's son. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to get home. And I made a wrong turn.
Where are you guys coming from?
We were at a couple of venues tonight, but I'm just trying to get home.
Because I smell alcohol coming from you, being stuck on the tracks like this, I gotta read you your rights first. Do you have the card? But we're gonna get off the track though first, okay?
Those hands back.
I believe you had too much to drink tonight. Okay? Just letting you know. Okay?
I disagree with that, sir, but whatever you say.
I just want to understand why y'all are treating me as if I did something criminal.
Because I think you have driving under the influence
But
of
I'm not.
substance. So I've answered your question. Now please sit down and I'll answer more questions. Please sit down.
I got nothing else for you, bro.
All right.
Hold on.
Sit
Can I sit down?
Sit down.
Yo.
Sit down.
Sit down. Yo, chill the out, bro.
You chill out.
Hold on.
Stop picking.
Yo, can I ask my girlfriend a question?
Don't do that again.
Relax.
Sit down.
Relax.
Put your feet in the car.
I'm Michael Jordan fam. Let me go.
At this US prison, inmates can relax on soft seating and play video games. There's a fish tank and a cat called Wody. In the US, there's over 1 million people behind bars. But here, 64 prisoners live in an experimental wing called Little Scandinavia, based on prisons in Norway and Sweden, which have lower rates of violence.
They find weapons all the time on other housing units. We have not really had those issues over here. I think it's just due to the calmer temperament of the housing unit.
Joe is serving life for a serious violent crime.
There's no comparison to where I used to live, the amenities we have, the freedom we have to make different decisions.
Critics say this is rewarding criminals, but those behind the project say this approach helps everyone.
So what this project shows is that it's possible to design a space that is a punishment, but is a little bit more humane and creates a better foundation for rehabilitation.
Serving life and relaxing playing GTA.
The curse that these beings had, these Nephilim, born of these watchers, these sons of God, they were not allowed to leave inside this firmament. So they're still alive. And so these entities have the power to walk in, especially when people are drinking or people are on drugs. Human bodies can be used as avatars. Good example of that was King Saul. An evil spirit would come and torment him, give him this hate for David.
And we were talking on our last ride about the walk-ins, how that literally people are trying to convince people to give up their bodies to spirits and walk-ins. And then the next step up the food chain is when people, like when you the witches will astral project their body, and some at the highest level, it even goes into what is called bilocation, where people actually appear at two different places at the same time.
Let's meditate on it.
Talented, passionate people. Yeah. Like, you know, we talented, passionate people. I don't understand. No, it's okay, bro. I don't understand why someone would sit down and think about hurting someone. I don't know. Or laugh about it after they do it, you know. Like, I don't get it. That's why I said none of them are innocent. I'm not here to expose anybody, but none of them are innocent, man. Like, none of them are innocent. Y'all all coming after this man for millions of dollars when y'all were a part of it as well. Y'all were down too. Like, that's not fair. That's not fair to him. It's not fair. Fair to me.
It's not fair to people that with actual story that actually been affected by that. Because then it make everybody seem like they just try out to get something or, you know, whatever, opposed to it being real people that went through real stuff, you know?
Did you ever confront Diddy about this?
I kept trying to get in contact with him because all I wanted was an apology. All I kept saying, like, can you apologize? Like, could you just apologize for what I can't talk about right now? But I just wanted to apologize because something was wrong with me, man. Something was wrong. And like on your last Vlad interview, you could look at me and tell like something was wrong. Like I wasn't the enthused person. I wasn't cute. I looked like stressed. I looked like I was in a dark place. So like you could tell like something was wrong, like. Yeah. I didn't mean to go there. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
I'm so sorry.
This is real. And
we gotta take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break.
The Diddy Chronicles gone wild.
No recollection of that happening at all.
At all. This store sells some good liquor. I drank a lot of it that night.
The viral video shows Robbie Stratton running through a convenience store with an alligator in his hands. He takes the animal in the beer fridge as well.
I don't even remember coming up here.
We asked Stratton where the alligator came from.
No clue. No clue. I literally came to the store and he was in the back of the truck. They told me what I did was stupid and I'll be facing some charges here soon. And probably go to jail, probably not. We'll see.
He says he regrets his decision.
That's the most Florida thing I've ever seen. Even the highest peak in nature isn't safe from our waste.
因为都是
这三台都是
哦，都破碎的。
一样的，101它这个是。
哦，这边是电机车厂。
And they're playing Minecraft.
That's the first time I've ever said that in my life publicly. You're the first. And a million people's asked me this. 13 is when I really got that message from her, because that's when I was asked by the Pentagon, by 2 Air Force generals, to put it in writing what she told me. And I did. And this was on the request from NASA, a friend at NASA. So he come and got it and hand-delivered it to these generals. And she told me that, she said that when the star of Regulus, she called it a red star. When you look at it, it looks blue. But she said when Regulus is red on the horizon, in front of the gaze of the Sphinx, before daylight. So in other words, when it's sitting right on top of the horizon, before the sun comes up, that moment would mark a change in humanity's knowledge. And she showed me other things. War, us bombing Iran, us bombing Syria. And in them days, none of that had happened. So I put all that on this piece of paper. And now I've had so many write me back, oh my God, you see they just bombed Iran, or Iran just bombed us. You know, you were right the whole time. And I did that in 2012. And so what they did was I gave them the date of 2026 because they took that celestial event and ran it through these machines that showed that exact alignment will happen in 2026 at Easter.
What will happen?
The star will, the alignment she told me about, that the star of Regulus would be on the horizon in front of the Sphinx. At that moment, there'd be a new knowledge. Well, I had no idea if this was even possible, you know, but these astronomers run it through the machines and it comes out that star is going to come up on the horizon in Easter of 2026. And from that point forward, they started remote viewing this date. Government did. And now you hear it all over TV. 2026, that's the big date. 2027, that year, something's going to happen. Armageddon, you hear it all over, you know, you hear it on TV. If you study, like, I've heard even, well, I won't say names, but...
Please do.
Well, you know Lou Elizondo, right? Lou's mentioned that date. A lot of people have.
Easter 2026.
Well, the year 2026. I gave him the specific time. And it was with Robert Grant that I told him about this alignment and all. And then he's like, oh my God. He's been looking for this ruby. This little ruby you have to find and place it between the paws of the Sphinx to make this event that he knows is going to happen in 2026. I said, Robert, it's not a ruby, it's the star of Regulus. He looks like, he's like, oh my God, that's the king star. So what's going to happen, I don't know. But I think it's possible that's the return of
Christ.
Yeah. Or the lady and the whole heavenly host living with us. That's the first time I've ever said that in my life, publicly. You're the first. And 1 million people's asked me this. So I think it's entirely possible that, because she told me that when the suffering of man becomes too great, that they're going to stop it and they're going to snuff out the darkness. That's why the military and the government all want to know about this, because they know it's real. They know this lady has been seen 1 million times. And when she comes, she's always warning of some big catastrophe. In the Native American world, they call her the White Buffalo Calf Lady.
2026 now.
And we have more breaking news. A jury has found Hollywood producer David Pierce guilty of first-degree murder in the 2021 deaths of a model and her friend.
The women both died of drug overdoses. Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes is live at the courthouse in downtown LA with the breaking details. Rob?
Yeah, the jury today siding with the prosecution, finding David Brian Pierce guilty on all counts. The Hollywood producer now convicted of drugging and raping 2 women who later died because the drugs Pierce gave them were laced with fentanyl. Now, here's a look at the victims. 24-year-old Christy Giles, a model and aspiring actress, along with her friend, 26-year-old Hilda Cabrales Arzola. They died in November 2021. Prosecutors say the two had met Pierce at a party downtown and went back to his home in Pico Robertson, where he drugged and raped them. Then Pierce and his roommate dropped the women off at 2 different hospitals. Today, the jury found Pierce guilty on 11 different counts, including 2 counts of murder and a slew of rape counts. The jury, though, deadlocked on 2 counts his roommate was facing for helping Pierce drop the women off at the hospital. Prosecutors haven't said if they will retry his case. Pierce, though, is slated to be sentenced on March 13th. He is facing up to life in prison.
Hollywood is sick.
So I'm not even competition. I'm not even competition with Lucien. We competition with the French bank that own 85% of Africa. How about that? While we fighting amongst each other.
Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucien and Universal. Lucien worked for people who control the banks in Africa.
This video just leaked of Kanye talking about the connection between Lucian Grange of UMG and a French bank that has a massive financial stake in African countries. A lot of people are wondering what the hell he's even referring to, so I'm gonna give you that info and you can do with it what you will. UMG is actually owned by a company called Vivendi. Vivendi is linked to the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds are one of the most powerful and influential families and dynasties that have ever existed on Earth. The French bank that Kanye is referring to is CA Banque. Last year, Vivendi and the Rothschilds collaborated on a merger to purchase Mavin Records for $1.9 billion. Mavin Records is an African music powerhouse. When Kanye talks about the French bank that owns 85% of Africa, that sounds like a long shot, but there are definite connections between CA Banque, the Rothschilds, and Vivendi in terms of the funding of the merger to acquire Mavin Records. So when Kanye says he's not in competition with other rappers, he's in competition with Lucian and the French banks, it actually goes a lot deeper than what you see on the surface. Once again, I want to make it clear that these are just allegations that are made by Kanye, but I wanted to give you guys some context around what he's actually getting at when he goes on these rants.
Cold business about money.
There is a portal opening up in front of my house right now. Yep. Yo, it's getting brighter and brighter. Oh my God. Jay, Naira, Kenzo, it's like a portal. It's 100% a portal. Google it, ChatGPT it, look up portal and look at that thing and tell me that's not a portal. It is a portal. It's round. It's coming out of the light. It's a portal. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And they're gonna tell you it's Starlink or SpaceX.
What's wrong with you? What? What's wrong? The moon ain't even out yet. There you go. Alright, one more time. Alright. Perform.
He's been kidnapped. That was so mean. Don't tell me you thought they were mini dinosaurs. In one night.
I deleted it! Oh my God! Help me! Help me! Help me, God! Oh my God! I deleted it! Oh my God! I deleted it!
It's over. You can't go back. That's huge. He can build some apartments in there.
They don't even know what I'm holding, so we're good. For real. They went to Baja.
Las Menonitas, they're actually nice people. AI is getting too real.
And a journalist that was flying drones over the island. Yeah. And he released footage of someone that looked almost exactly like Jeffrey Epstein right after Jeffrey Epstein allegedly passed away. Whoa. So I automatically was very suspicious about the official story of what we've been told. So I said, I want to investigate this, especially if Epstein is still on Epstein's Island. I want to go to Epstein's Island. I want to investigate this. I want to storm the island. I want to see what's going on there.
Do you really think he's dead?
There he goes.
And teamwork makes the dream work.
They got pictures of the stuff because everybody steal everything.
That's some lazy shit. That ain't because people be stealing. I feel like restocking the shelf.
The hood store?
So what would you consider dark magic?
Like cursing somebody.
You
like,
curse people?
I have.
Like people can come and pay you to curse somebody?
If they're like, yeah, well, I kind of slowed down on even doing any anymore for people, just because it's just it's a headache, to be honest. But if something, yeah, if they're pedophiles, if I've done pedophiles for free. If, you know, they're abusive, if they do things that really, I'm not gonna...
You ask why?
Yeah, and I do a reading to make sure they're not full of shit. Yeah.
Okay.
And I know I'm not God to make that judgment, but
Right.
certain things, like if people tell me, like hurting animals, hurting kids, hurting women, hurting just anything like that, I naturally I've done it for free so many times, I'm just like, don't even worry
So you
about
feel
it.
like they deserved it?
Yeah.
Okay. And so obviously, you know, a lot of people watch you, a lot of people come to you. What is like the most requested thing that people ask you to do for them? Like obviously love?
Yeah.
How does
What up with the glasses?
Look, that's a Miles Maruda scooter Buddha front end on it.
That's sweet, but hey, what on earth is that?
Observed, so to speak, because oil pressure on the number 2 engine is trending upwards, and the aircraft is going to require, actually it's the fuel pressure, fuel system filter replacement when the aircraft gets back from Hawaii. They've told us that the plane's good to go, but I'm not really feeling it. I'm not going to leave the ground if I'm not completely certain that we have an airworthy aircraft, so I'm going to probably err on the side of caution, and I'm refusing the aircraft. So what that means for you right now, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if we have another airplane here at the airport, but I hate to do this to you, but this is one of those tough calls that I have to make, and I feel a lot more comfortable making this call than flying 6 hours over the...
Gift of discernment. That won't work even in a movie.
Did you know that the pink stuff in your shower is likely a bacteria called Serratia marcescens, which is often mistaken for mold? Now, what is it? It's a type of airborne bacteria that can be found in water, dirt, and all over the world. It's actually attracted to moist environments like showers, where it feeds on soap and other shampoo residue.
And who's feeling sick?
मत मरता है ये जो मेरा तो बेटा है बड़ा यार वीडियो करना यार वीडियो नहीं यार वीडियो क्यों हो रहा है
And how would you like your drink? Abused. This is America.
I know that's right, sir, but you ain't getting paid though, but...
Okay.
Oh, you don't care? Do the other aisles down there.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
How did you have life and only do 10 years?
Come on, man. I sacrificed my son.
So if you sacrifice your son, that can get you out of prison? How that work?
It really ain't no such thing as prison. Like, we in jail whether we in prison or not because, like, you trapped in that body and you can't get out. And no matter what you do, you're not going to get out because you won't even believe what I'm telling you and what Yahshua telling you, right? You still think his name is Jesus, but the problem is they didn't have a J, so they called him Jesus because they didn't have a letter that can come over here to our language, right? So you need to tell Yahshua, and Yahshua not have his name because they didn't have that Y, so then they called him Yahshua. Everywhere you go is going to be a fake name with somebody. So the questions you ask me, I consider fake. Because no matter where I go or where I'm at, I'm still in jail. Tell me when I'm going to be free.
Now, that's pretty powerful right there.
I want to know about when I'm going to be free, gang. I'm not free till I beat the devil. But the problem is everybody think the devil is God. And so when I talk bad about the devil, everybody think I praise the devil. Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me. You know how that feel, gang? Everybody think you praise the fucking devil? I don't praise the fucking devil, God. I worship the real God. That's what I call my mama. I know who he is. They think I'm crazy.
So would you consider yourself spiritual?
Come on, gang. I'm a spiritual leader, like Malcolm X. But I'm better.
You better than Malcolm?
Yeah, I'm better than Malcolm because I ain't gonna get confused. That's what I know. See, Malcolm, the thing with Malcolm is he couldn't fight his own demons and try to fight everybody else's. And I fuck with Malcolm, right? But Malcolm was confused. You never go against your own, right? You keep that to the people, right? He should have handled that problem with you know, who he had it with. I won't even say the name, but he should have handled that problem with him and he'll still be alive, right? So Malcolm kind of killed himself, right? Because he wanted to be famous. Right? He didn't want the nation to be big. Malcolm wanted to be big, gang. Right? That's what I like. Let's keep it real. He knew lessons he didn't teach. He knew the same thing I know he didn't teach, gang. Something they all know and they won't teach, gang. So that's why I say I'm bigger than them. I'm bigger than them because they keep the lessons and they try to hide them and hold them with control and tell you when you die you don't go to hell if you don't listen. All right, they ain't gonna tell you, right? Who cares about going to hell then? Stop playing with me, send me to hell then. Because who gonna praise a God that's gonna send you to hell for not knowing? Stop playing with me. Would that be a God you would serve? I'm not serving no God like that. That's how you know that stuff not true, gang. Stop playing with me. How the forever merciful that won't even kill Satan, who we know, who we taught everything, he won't kill Satan, but he gonna kill me and burn me forever. Stop playing with me. What he gonna kill me for? Kill Satan then. Stop playing with me. He the one backdoored you then. Stop playing with me.
You think Lil Durk got a chance
Come on,
to beat
gang.
this case?
Lil Durk gonna get fucked in the booty. He can't beat the case. How he gonna beat the case when everybody telling on him, gang? His whole family telling on him, gang. Durk told on himself, gang. Listen, let me tell y'all something about your voice. I'm having federal nightmares. Durk sent himself to jail. He thought about jail. He talked about jail, so therefore he went to jail. You can't blame Durk. He created his own life. That's what I got, mama. When you speak it, it comes. When you speak it, it comes, gang. So you got to praise that. When a person get what they want from their voice, you should be happy. I swear to God, my mama. So shout out to Durk, then. He got exactly what he wanted. Stop playing on me.
Is he speaking facts or cap? Did you feel the energy? And that's next. That's in the works. And somebody's going to jail.
And you realize, why did they create the concept of sin? Oh, it produces guilt and shame. Low frequency.
Low frequency.
And which they feed off of.
That's right.
To remain immortal.
That's right.
And so the on-planet...
Who feeds off of?
So there's different levels, if you want to call it Illuminati.
Whoa.
If you want to call it Jehovah's Anunnaki. If you want to call it Luciferian, off-planet beings that have cut themselves off from source, who are opposing themselves as false creator gods.
I just got it. Hang on a second. So
Yeah.
you mean to tell me they created it to keep humanity trapped in lower frequencies? Because when a human being is in a lower frequency, they feed off of that lower frequency.
Absolutely. And there's I
get it now.
And they've literally at this point lost all empathy. Literally, they literally just see humanity as food. They do not actually really care. You know what I mean? And yeah. And it's elaborate. Like, there's very specific details of how they do it. I went really deep on this stuff, and how they have different off-planet to on-planet ways of affecting the grids of Mother Earth and elaborate feeding systems, things like that. Yeah. And so humanity was kept in a 26,000 year dark cycle where it was in almost like a frequency fence, right? But we're exiting what some people call that cycle, and we're entering into a new cycle.
That enough.
Yeah.
Bro, you just connected the dot. Thank you.
Yeah.
That means no sins, just actions and consequences. And that's a wrap for today, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me. Smash that subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.